Hey gents, this is a game that I felt really good about. I didn't light it up or anything here. I think I did top the scoreboard with 2100 and some odd base XP. So I mean, I was very happy with that. But this was a game that really could have gone either way all the way to the end, and I feel like I made a difference. So I'll just kind of step you through my thought process as we were, as we move through the game here. Of course, spawning on this side, got a Balti, Nagato, and Missouri behind me. I'm going to go ahead and push up close to the cap, as you can see in my note there. I'm going to try and stay on the side of the cap because so often you'll get, well, in this case it would be either the Seattle or the Cleveland, that they'll push up right behind the island if they can, or as close as possible, and then as soon as the cap starts to turn, then they'll hit radar and everybody on their team will shoot whatever they see. So I just, in a lot of cases when there's no cover, and in this case the only cover is right there that you can see, behind that island, and I've just seen too many people. Well, I've caught people there. You got a Fletcher, Jervis, Moss on the other side, all of which can throw torps behind that island if they just go wide like I am right now. So I wanted to avoid that. So okay, so there's Seattle, and he can radar any second. Got the torps out, gonna get a shot off on the there.
Smoke generator started.
I really think the torps were intended for the BBs. Probably not gonna hit anything, but I wanted to get them away in case it turned out that I got radared to death, which does happen. So you can actually, if you're interested, reverse back to see how close that Seattle was before I saw it. It's got great detection.
Smoke screen set.
I have to admit, I was really hoping for a little more from our 2 BBs in terms of the damage they might do to that cruiser, but can't dwell on that. Just gotta keep moving forward. Cap defense flags. And I'm 27 seconds or so away from being able to put torps back out. We got Balti sitting there. Broadside in the cap.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Everybody. I kind of had a feeling. I mean, you never know.
Torpedoes,
Sometimes
direct
people
front.
forget to put camo or flags on, and it happens.
Torpedoes, direct front. Torpedoes to port.
He didn't have any camo on and didn't say anything about it, and then got into the cap and sat there broadside. I haven't looked. My guess is if I did, I'd probably find some pretty awful stats. So I have to decide, do I want to go ahead and give them the cap, or do I want to get some more cap defense? Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 3 of us. It's debatable how much good I can do, but I'll, if nothing else, get a few more cap defense flags. Eisenhower and Megami both behind the island, so the things that shoot at me are pretty far away. And that's really what I was doing, was just waiting till I got a little farther behind the island to, in particular, make sure that Megami didn't go at me. So Jervis has had enough, he's turning away. And our Missouri, as you can see there, is about to go down. And that's going to leave me and Nagato. And I do not want a face-to-face fight with Ganiza now. So I'm going to turn the other way. He's got too many friends with him. And I got lucky that his plane was swinging around to the far side. I probably could have shot him down if I needed to, but worked out a lot better that nobody on his team had any idea where I was heading. Okay, so they have that cap. What to do about it? We have a small points lead. Both teams are down 3 ships. Hoping to get torps away on Gneisenau. So what I was doing here is I was looking at what is Gneisenau doing versus what is Iowa doing, and can I get some dual purpose torps thrown out there. Gneisenau was getting stuck on the rocks, I think. Should make it a little bit trickier. And I'm detected. So I'm going to smoke up, make sure I don't get blapped. There's too many things there that can cause me harm. But this does put me in a position to spot torps, which is part of the reason I ran up this way. Nagatov all by himself, and they got Fletcher this side that, well, I'm thinking to myself, he's probably going to get it anyway, no matter what I do. But
smoke screen set.
I can try to help. 12,000 hit points, and he seems to be continuing to run broadside to everything. And here come the
Torpedoes to starboard.
But they fell short. So it didn't matter, as it turns out. Poor old Rob just kept running broadside to everybody there, and there's just too much for him to handle. Okay, so Iowa turned away. My torps were completely useless. Fletcher's chasing me. Well, that's fine, because in a DD, especially in gunboat, if you're the one running away, you've got an advantage. It's harder to target somebody that's running away from you. And the other Fletcher realized that
ship is on fire.
It's probably not a good idea. So now I'll just see if I can't avoid any further shots.
Problem solved, sir.
20-second countdown. And try to go on spot. There we go. And Fletcher's just basically was just spamming the area with shot. Okay, so Fletcher's somewhere behind that smoke screen. Gneisenau is moving on B. The only thing we have there is Nueva de Julio, and I'm looking at it saying he really needs help. Now we've got 3 capital ships north of C-Cap. We got a Mahan moving into C. I'm looking at it saying we're going to have C here in a few seconds anyway, because Mahan should be able to secure it. They're only, the red team's DD is down here with me. So you basically, hey, can you guys help at B? Because you got a Fiji and a Gneisenau and an Iowa that are all converging on our Nueva de Julio. Now, I'm obviously going to have to help at B, and that's the focus of what I'm doing, but I want to keep an eye out for that enemy Fletcher. And I keep changing course and speed and kind of watching my angles, because depending upon who you're playing against, you might be up against somebody who's clever enough to realize, okay, that Am's going to have to run south to get back to that camp to help. So, he might just throw torps out here on a wing and a prayer. And I have occasionally, and I'm sure you have too, been caught by torpedoes in that situation. So, Nueva de Julio, as predicted, well, he was just completely outgunned. he didn't really have a chance, but he's gone. So we got their Gneisenau in the cap, and it's just about theirs. I have to debate with myself here about now. I'm not going to fire at this point. But hey, Fletcher spotted me, so guns are going to open up. I got about 4,000 more hit points than him, 5,000 more. He's down to 4,700 and realized, okay, now he's at 4,400. I'm in trouble, so he's angling to try and get away. And he goes undetected. And I can put some torps out on Gneisenau. So he is coming this way. Gneisenau shells hit. They hit really hard. But it's not a very accurate shot. So here come his torps. Gneisenau's pushing into my torps, and I just have to, with a banged up rudder, avoid getting torped. It's close, but I managed to make it through. And tap Gneisenau with a couple torpedoes, so the cap is still ours. Now, he doesn't have much in the way of hit points, so I'm going to go ahead and open up on him and try to get the fire started, because he's busy with our Iowa. Now I know that the enemy Fletcher has already fired his torpedoes. Don't have to worry about that for a minute. He's liable to start firing at me, so I'm kind of maintaining my angle here. And again, just hoping to get a fire on him. But if I don't, it's just harassing him. So, who's in the cap? Probably. But they did flip the cap. Now we have a points lead, but they now hold the cap. So we're up one ship, and we're up basically 110 points, but they have 2 caps to our 1. Charles Martel, 5,000 hit points against a Seattle, a Fiji, and their Iowa. Probably has an angle on him. Oh, he got the Fiji, but he's almost gone. So now we're up 2 ships, but Charles Martel's bound to go down here. And there's the enemy Fletcher. I think he was moving to try and get around and get our Iowa. Yeah, how about that? Charles Martel torpedoed the Seattle. So we're up 4 ships to 2 right now. We have 150, more or less, lead in points, but we're down a cap. Our Iowa, he's got his planes in the air trying to spot torpedoes, but I'm going to try and prevent him over. Okay, it's likely the torps are on the way. There's some right there. There's our Fletcher still burning. So
enemy destroyer blown up.
I only remember seeing 1 batch of torps, so I gotta hope if he had another he'd send it toward Iowa. But I really need to move toward the cap because our lead's down to 100. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, wow, I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Their Iowa is at roughly half hit points. He's chasing our Buffalo. He might get him. We've got essentially a 2/3 to 3/4 hit point Iowa ourselves. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I should be able to take B. And keep them from catching up on points. As I said at the very beginning, this hasn't been a stellar game for me. I'm sitting at 68,000 damage. That's nothing to write home about. I'm going to get a cap here. Got 5 D caps. Did some spotting. Really not much damage on my spotting, but I did some.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Located some torpedoes, but they didn't do a whole lot. That didn't do a whole lot of good for the team in the big picture. Okay, so Iowa's heading down to meet their Iowa. Buffalo, he's a one-shot kill, so I think he's just trying to avoid getting seen. And I'm not really sure which way Iowa turned at this point. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to make sure I'm able to secure the cap, and then I can get torps in either direction if need be. Happen to rush this cap. He plainly didn't, so off I go. I'm going to try and get to sea. Because it's occurring to me that throughout this match, our Iowa, he really hasn't done a whole lot. And his positioning, as I kind of reflect back on it as I'm sitting in the captain's chair right now, it's been pretty terrible throughout. But I don't really have a whole lot to feel better about. You know, as I look at his hit points now are 10,000 or so lower. So he's been taking a beating, and the other Iowa really hasn't. So I just, hey, why don't you just ram him? That'll end the game. And now he's just lost another big chunk of hit points. I'm looking at his angling. It's obviously not very good. And here in a minute, somebody in the chat is going to point out a part of the problem. There it is. HE spamming. So he's firing HE. Alright, so I've got torps out. Iowa's obviously handling, trying to keep guns on our Iowa. Seems like Patsy, honestly. Because of his angling, I know I'm probably not going to hit anything here, but I threw him out there anyway.
Smoke screen set.
I do land a torp, and he was obviously waiting to use his repair. Alright, so this game just got a lot closer. We're up by less than 40 points. Now, I've got 10,000 hit points, so it would take a real stroke of luck for him to blat me here sitting in this, but it could happen. Our Buffalo is wisely just staying away. We got a minute and a half left. So really, I just have to avoid dying. He can even move into that cap, because he doesn't have enough time to take it. But there was a momentary scare there as his flank swung around. And I don't think he can blat me from there. Just went ahead and opened up. Look at that dispersion. Yeah. Just never know. Okay, I'm behind the island. And at this point, I feel like I've done enough. I'm just going to sit here, let the game end. I'm basically doing the same thing the Buffalo's doing. I'm just going to hide, make sure I can't get blapped by that enemy battleship. If I land a torpedo here, yay, and I do. But either way, we've got the game secure. And that's a part of what I wanted to illustrate in this game, is that sometimes just staying alive wins the game. And we've all been in those games where you've got somebody on your team who, you know, they need that extra kill, or they want to do something heroic, and they end up losing the game for it. But it didn't happen here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Leave your comments below if you've got any. See you next time.